Intimate relationships can go through ups and downs, but a toxic relationship is one that is consistently draining and distressing. Partners in a toxic relationship do not support each other, often display competitiveness and disrespect, and try to undermine each other. If you're in a toxic relationship, it might be time to make a plan to leave. Why leaving a toxic relationship is so hard. Leaving a toxic relationship can be very hard because of all the emotional labor and time spent trying to make the relationship work. It can feel like an internal failure, or that by leaving, you are giving up on something you've invested in. While there are ways to turn a toxic relationship around, which involves a lot of emotionally challenging work from both partners, it's important to acknowledge that not all toxic relationships can be saved. Our bodies and minds tend to like familiarity, and that can keep us in situations that are bad for our health. When there is no progress taking place, it might even become harder to leave as there are fewer ways to justify staying. Leaving can be difficult, but it's important to recognize all the advantages of ending a toxic relationship and focusing on the new opportunity to find a relationship that will fulfill you. It can be difficult to know where to start, even when you're motivated to leave a toxic relationship. Here are tips for how to leave a toxic relationship. 1. Build a support system. The feelings you experience after a toxic breakup are similar to going through a breakup in a healthy relationship. You will feel sad, conflicted, lovesick, relieved, depressed, and more. Leaving a toxic relationship is even more challenging if you have been financially dependent on your ex, but don't despair. Rather than focusing on why this will be hard, focus on building the support system you will need when you decide to leave. Research shows that family and friend support during difficult times decreases psychological distress. Having a support system to lean on will make the transition easier for you. 2. Stay firm with your decision to leave. It's called a breakup because it's broken. If you're at the point of ending the relationship, you have probably made attempts to get your partner to change their ways without success. If this is the case, you will need to remind yourself often that it is not your fault. Even if an abusive or toxic ex changes their ways, it is likely due to the shock of the breakup. If you get back together, their chances of returning to their toxic behaviors are very high. Following through on leaving a toxic relationship will require being firm in your decision. 3. Cut off contact. It will be crucial for you to cut off contact with your ex once the relationship has ended. Keeping in touch with your ex opens the door to getting back together. Toxic people can be emotionally manipulative and may use emotional blackmail to lure you back in. When you decide to leave your partner, end any form of communication with them unless you share children and need to co-parent. If this is the case, only communicate about the children. 4. Know that you deserve better. Months or years of being verbally abused or told you will never find anyone better can wear a person down, and you might start to believe it. But this is not true. Tearing down self-esteem and self-worth is the technique toxic partners use to keep their partner trapped in the relationship. Let "I deserve better" become your daily mantra by replacing negative beliefs about your self-worth with positive, affirming ones. You need to move forward for your own mental and emotional well-being. 5. Make a detailed plan. If you've decided to leave a toxic relationship, make a plan for how you will deal with the transition. If you don't currently have a career, you might consider going to school, getting new training, or beginning a job. Financial independence is crucial to your freedom. Also, make clear plans regarding where you will move, which possession you will take with you, etc. 6. Surround yourself with positivity. Practice self-care by surrounding yourself with positivity. Spend time with people who make you feel good, treat yourself to your favorite meal, engage with your faith community, exercise, and do things that make you smile. People in toxic relationships need healing, a process that takes time. Being in a toxic relationship can cause incalculable, toxic stress, so it is essential to try to replace negative emotions with positive ones. How to get over a toxic relationship. The after effects of being in a toxic relationship can take a toll on your health and lead to depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. It's important to take some time for yourself to reflect and recharge. To heal yourself from the negative effects of a toxic relationship, Follow these steps as you move forward. 1. Focus on self-love. It takes time to heal wounds, so give yourself a chance to prove that you are worthy of love and being in a healthy relationship. Remember to love yourself even on the darkest, most challenging days, because only you can save yourself. Get back into hobbies that you used to enjoy. Go on coffee dates with yourself because you don't need a partner to make you feel special. 2. Feel every emotion. As overwhelming as it might be, it is essential to go through all of the emotions that come up after leaving a toxic relationship. You are allowed to cry and feel sad because these are normal human emotions. This might be an excellent opportunity to seek assistance from a therapist who can guide you and help you cope and restore your sense of self-worth. 3. Don't jump into a new relationship prematurely. Give yourself time to heal before getting into a new relationship in order to avoid having a rebound. This is a crucial time to focus on introspection and to analyze where you stand. It is also an excellent time to learn from your mistakes and to become clear about the type of relationship you will choose to invest your time in. 4. Remember, it's all right to not get closure. Moving on without getting closure can be difficult, but keep in mind that it is all temporary. Don't wait for an apology from a toxic partner. Instead, be the bigger person and let go of any bitterness you might be holding on to. A helpful tip is to fill the empty void in days with something more productive, such as a new hobby or new skills. This will keep your mind busy and distracted.